Birkin bags are known for being extraordinarily expensive, with some selling anywhere from $2 million to $10 million. But here's the thing. I think that the average person may be able to afford one. Here's how. Let's pull out the whiteboard and let's get into breaking down the numbers. Today I will be calculating two different Birkin bags. One is our first bag, which is 35 Rogue. It is $12,000 and is honestly the cheapest Birkin bag I was able to find. The next one is the 25 Himalaya, which is $450,000. The price sounds crazy, but if it justifies it at all, it is made with real crocodile skin, and on top of that, it has diamond encrusted hardware. Some of these prices are crazy, but you cannot actually pay in payments, which to me is a little bit surprising. There are a lot of companies that allow you to do payments on expensive products, but not with Birkin bags. But on the bright side, I don't know if I would say this on the bright side, but you can pay with either debit or credit. But you do have to pay in full again, so that's what I'm going to be calculating today. So the big question is, how much do you have to save in order to afford a Birkin bag? Alrighty tidy. Let's say the average person makes around $5,000 a month. Now, in my previous video about Chick-fil-A and like eating out and stuff, I'll link it. I did do the calculations on how much the average person has after they pay all their necessities, which will leave us with $1,375. This price right here does include rent, gas, groceries, tax, utilities, phone bills, and subscriptions. So that's why it's so significantly different. So let's say out of this amount, we are going to be saving $500 a month for a Birkin bag. In total, when we take the $12,000 divided by the 500, we are going to be left with 24 months. Thus, you would have to save for 2 years to be able to purchase the cheapest Birkin bag that I have personally been able to find. I would say that's not too crazy. I would low-key say that's a little bit reasonable. Not wise necessarily, but reasonable. But we'll get back to that in a second. Now it's time to move on to bag number 2. Let's say we are saving the same amount of money right here, which is $500 a month. And the full cost of our bag is going to be $450,000. We will do the same thing that we did with this one over here, and we will divide this 450 by 500, which will give us 900 months. Already sounds ridiculous enough. We're not done yet. This is equivalent to 75 years. So if you're only saving $500 a month, you will need to save for 75 years to be able to buy this Birkin bag. And mind you, this does not account for any type of inflation, if there's some type of new tax bracket, or if, the prices are just generally raised, or if there are tariffs that then are added on top of this. It does not account for any of that. Okay, so now let's just talk about, is it worth it and is it wise? Believe it or not, I actually think that there are some circumstances where it may not be such a bad idea to do this. Not the 75-year one, but the $12,000 Birkin bag. The thing is, with a Birkin bag, unlike other purses, they actually do not depreciate in value. They appreciate in value. So what it's worth today when you purchase it, it can be worth a lot more in the future. So this can actually be seen as an investment piece. It's kind of similar to how some people invest in watches such as like Rolex, Cartier, all these other watches. It's a watch investment. So this would be like a purse investment. It is something to consider, like especially if somebody has a lot of excess money, like in the future, if you become rich, which you definitely will if you're watching my channel, I might subscribe. In that case, it's not too bad of an idea to go out and purchase one of these Birkin bags. The next thing in the next scenario where I think that it would make sense is if somebody's career kind of surrounded around their appearance. So like if their job had a lot to do with their look. For example, I have heard of work environments where people will judge you based off of how much your suit costs. Situations like that where opportunities and doors and respect is given when what you have is worth a lot, then I do think that it could be worth it. Also, any type of model / public figure, if that's the look that they're going for, because some people's branding is literally just to be flashy. The branding is expensive. So if it's someone's brand to be wearing a ton of high-end items, to be wearing a ton of expensive items, to be wearing a ton of luxurious items and being all these luxurious places, if getting this Birkin bag is going to boost that appearance, that look, that brand, and thus going to make them money, then I also think that it's worth it. Generally speaking, though, I must say, though it's realistic, I don't 100% think that it is wise. I actually do think that there is one more scenario where I could also see it, even if it doesn't have to do with your brand. And it's this: self-image and self-concept. If getting this Birkin bag gives you so much joy and so much confidence where you really feel like it's just going to boost you to the next level, even if you would have been at the next level, even if you didn't get the bag, if you feel like that's what you need, regardless on if it's true or not, but it actually helps you, then I do think that there is room for some type of acceptability within this purchase. So that's my opinion on purchasing a Birkin bag, and that's also the financial breakdown on how much it costs and how much you would actually have to save in order to do it. I hope you enjoyed this video. It was quite fun to make looking at that. And if you have any other items or businesses or whatever it may be, any ideas that you want me to cover, please leave it down in the comments below. If you did enjoy this video, please consider subscribing so you can grow on your financial journey as I grow on mine. Take care of yourself, take care of your finances, and most of all, take care of your emotional and spiritual health. I will see you in the next one. Bye.